You are not poor because you lack money. You lack money because you are poor, in vibration. Let me explain before your mind rebels. Picture a radio tower, steel jutting into the sky, humming with invisible signals. Pop stations, static, emergency broadcasts, all flowing through the same air, undetected until you twist the dial. Now imagine your entire life is that radio, stuck on one frequency. Scarcity. The songs of wealth, the symphonies of ease, the static of miracles, they're all playing right now, just outside your awareness. But your dial is rusted shut. This isn't metaphor. This is physics. The poverty hypnosis. They trained you young, not with malice, but with the quiet desperation of generations who forgot how wealth works. You were 6, a crumpled dollar in your palm for chores. Don't waste it, they said. Money doesn't grow on trees. Innocent words, yes, but to a child's subconscious, a hypnotist's pendulum. Click, the first command etched into your nervous system. Wealth is scarce. Desire is dangerous. By 12, you watched your father sigh over bills, your mother's knuckles whitening around coupons. Click. Second command, money is pain. To have it is to worry. By adulthood, the programming was complete. You didn't just think money was hard to get, you felt it in your bones. Your muscles tightened at invoices. Your breath shallowed at bank alerts. And the universe, that relentless mirror, reflected back exactly what you broadcasted. More struggle, more lack, more proof you were right. Here's the brutal truth they never taught you. Money doesn't respond to effort. It responds to resonance. You can work 18-hour days, master every hustle, bleed into spreadsheets. But if your energy whispers, "I'm unsafe with wealth," the universe will oblige. Not to punish you, to protect you. Your subconscious runs the show, and its prime directive is simple. Keep you alive by any means necessary. Even if alive means broke, exhausted, and begging for scraps. Now, why do the awakened struggle most? Because awareness exposes the wound before it heals it. You read the books, you chant the mantras, you know money is energy, yet your accounts stagnate. Why? Because intellectual knowledge is a flimsy shield against embodied trauma. Example, a man visualizes wealth, but his hands still shake when tipping a waiter. His mind says, "I am abundant." His body screams, "This is reckless." Guess which one the universe obeys? This is the chosen one's crucifixion. You're spiritually awake enough to see the prison, but not yet free enough to leave it. Your nervous system is a haunted house. Every room echoes with ancestral whispers. We don't get rich in this family. Privilege is guilt. If I thrive, I'll lose myself. And so you sabotage, not because you're broken, but because some deep animal part of you believes poverty is safety. Let's dissect a financial corpse. Meet Daniel. Not his name, but his story is yours. Daniel earns 6 figures. On paper, he's successful, but his reality, constant overdrafts, random emergencies, that sinking dread when checks clear. Here's what an energetic audit revealed. The leak. Every paycheck, he'd impulsively buy gifts for others, not from joy, from guilt. If I have, I must give, or I'm greedy. The sabotage subroutine. The moment savings grew, he'd forget an invoice or miss a payment. Wealth equals unfamiliar equals danger. The freeze. Asked to raise his rates, his throat closed. Who am I to charge more? Translation. Who am I to be more? Daniel didn't need another budget. He needed an exorcism. There's a reason ancient mystics buried wealth spells in moonlit rituals. Not because money is magic, but because you are. Your next step isn't strategy, it's sorcery. But first, ask yourself this. What if your poverty isn't a failure, but a loyalty oath to ghosts? In 1934, a British archaeologist stumbled upon a clay tablet in the ruins of Babylon. It wasn't a ledger or a prayer, but a financial exorcism. The instructions were chillingly precise. When gold flees a man's hand like a spooked horse, he must not chase it. He must rebuild the stable. Modern translation: your wealth isn't missing. Your container is cracked. Ancient Babylonians didn't earn money. They attracted it through temples. Not marble shrines to gods, inner temples, psychological architectures so precise they turned merchants into kings. Here's how it worked. The 10% ritual, not what you think. Every coin earned, they'd immediately set aside 10%, not to hoard, but to circulate. Gifts to strangers, investments in untested craftsmen. Why? To prove to their nervous system that money was a current, not a cage. Modern sabotage. Your emergency fund is a trauma vault. You stockpile from fear, not faith. Twice a year they'd gather debts and burn them, literally. A bonfire of forgiven loans. Why? To sever the psychic chains between lender and borrower. Modern poison. You either cling to money owed, resentment, or cringe at owing, shame. Both repel flow. Before selling anything, a merchant would ask, "What would I pay for this if I were the buyer?" Not strategy, empathy as alchemy. Modern rupture. You undercharge not from kindness, but from a subconscious fear of being seen as valuable. This wasn't economics, it was energy physics. Let's excavate your financial shadow. You find a briefcase with $1 million, no strings. But as you reach for it, your stomach knots. "This will change me." Your father's voice. Nothing's free. A flash of guilt. Do I deserve this? That hesitation. That's your wealth barrier, not external, existential, the chosen one's curse. You crave abundance but are addicted to the identity of struggle. The artist who glorifies starvation as purity. The healer who fears prosperity will corrupt her gifts. The entrepreneur who subconsciously picks failing clients to save. Your soul whispers, "If I'm not fighting, who am I?" Why did medieval alchemists who could turn lead into gold die in poverty? Because they misunderstood the true transmutation. Gold wasn't the goal. The self was. You're making the same error. You seek money outside before doing the inner alchemy. Money corrupts. Money amplifies who I already am. I must earn love through sacrifice. I am loved when I thrive. I'll save my way to freedom. I'm safe when money moves through me. Until this shifts, you're a beggar with a philosopher's stone. There's a reason temples stored gold in darkest chambers, not to hide it but to charge it. Your next step isn't action, it's inversion. In 2018, UCLA neuroscientists made a chilling discovery. They monitored the brains of self-made millionaires and the working poor while making financial decisions. The scans revealed something unholy. The broke brain doesn't process money, it processes threat. Every dollar gained or spent lit up their amygdala like a skyscraper on fire. Not calculation, terror. Meanwhile, the wealthy? Their prefrontal cortex glowed, calm as a monk's meditation. This isn't about intelligence, it's about neurological programming. And here's the worst part. You can't think your way out of this. The trauma loop that steals your money. Your relationship with wealth isn't rational. It's conditioned, like a lab rat flinching at a bell that once meant electrocution. Age 7. James' alcoholic father screamed, "We're broke!" after seeing a $37.50 utility bill. That moment wired James's brain to associate that exact number with existential danger. 30 years later, his subconscious would sabotage deals, forget invoices, or trigger spending sprees whenever his balance hit multiples of $37.50. This is the dark magic of money trauma, Your palms sweat at certain numbers. You avoid checking accounts like haunted rooms. Random expenses always appear when savings grow. Not coincidence. Neurological sabotage. 70% of lottery winners go bankrupt. 78% of NFL players are broke within 2 years of retiring. Not because they're stupid, because wealth without neural rewiring is like sunlight to a vampire. Take 50 Cent, made $100 million by 30, filed for bankruptcy by 40. His childhood script: money comes fast and leaves faster. His subconscious recreated family lack despite fame. Or Nicole Curtis, HGTV's rehab addict, earned millions flipping houses, secretly slept in construction trailers, couldn't spend on herself. Her wiring: I only deserve money if I'm suffering. This isn't finance, it's exorcism. Good news: you can rewire this. Bad news: it requires embodied sorcery. Daily ritual: do this at dawn. Recall a vivid childhood money memory, parents fighting over bills, being shamed for wanting toys, etc. Relive it fully: heartbeat, smells, emotions. Now reimagine the scene with ideal parents. Dad smiling as he easily pays the bill, mom handing you cash, saying, "We have plenty." Feel the safety in your bones. Place hands on heart and gut. Say aloud, "I release the old story. My wealth is safe now." Breathe deeply until body relaxes. Why this works: trauma lives in the body. You must hack it somatically. Your brain can't tell real from vividly imagined memories. 7 days creates new neural pathways. There's one last barrier, more dangerous than trauma. It's the reason most people relapse into poverty after breakthroughs. And it's not in your mind, it's in your spine. You've been taught that hunger fuels success. That desire is the engine. That if you want money badly enough, claw for it relentlessly, it will have no choice but to yield. But here's the secret they never told you. Money flees desperation like a wild animal scenting fear. There's an invisible law at play, one the mystics knew, but the grind culture erased. What you cling to, you repel. What you release returns multiplied. This isn't passive waiting. This isn't spiritual bypassing. This is the razor's edge between action and surrender. The understanding that wealth isn't seized, but allowed. A man caught in a riptide fights the current, muscles burning, lungs screaming. The shore grows farther. His thrashing seals his fate. Another man, caught in the same tide, goes limp, lets the waves carry him, survives. This is the paradox of financial flow. The more you demand money prove itself, the more it withholds. The more you act from trust instead of lack, the faster it arrives in unexpected forms. The chosen ones drown not because they don't work hard, but because they've never been taught how to float. The 3 forbidden symptoms of financial desperation. Number 1. The phantom tension. Every unpaid bill, every lean month, every "if only I had X" thought sends a tremor through your energy field. Money feels like a looming storm, not a natural tide. This tension becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, your nervous system broadcasting danger, repelling the very opportunities that could stabilize you. Number 2. The bargain with the universe. If I meditate daily, money will come. If I visualize perfectly, my ship will arrive. This transactional mindset is just scarcity in spiritual disguise. You're still operating from lack, just with prettier packaging. Number 3. The identity of the struggler. You've worn the one who overcomes like a badge of honor. But the subconscious doesn't distinguish between "I fight to survive" and "I need struggle to exist." Your loyalty to the fight keeps you in it. The ritual of reverse pursuit. At midnight, light a candle, take a single bill, any denomination, and hold it in your palms. Whisper, "I release the hunger. I dissolve the chase. I am already home." Then spend it within 24 hours on something frivolous. Not an investment. Not a necessity. A whim. A delight. This isn't about the amount. It's about breaking the spell of money is serious. It's about proving to your nervous system that wealth can be playful, that you're safe to let go. There's a reason the mystics spoke in riddles. The truth can't be grasped, only witnessed. You've spent lifetimes believing money must be earned. But the cosmic joke is this: you are the wage, not your labor, not your strategies, your presence. The moment you stop demanding money complete you, it will rush in, not to fill a void, but to celebrate your wholeness.